All right, guys, welcome back to the RXFL. We just got done streaming minutes ago, literally minutes ago, and we had an insane, controversial, poor clock management ending between Mexico City and Chicago. Check that out in the replay over at YouTube, but we got to move on here. We got our next game in the RXFL, and it's the Toronto Huskies, number 11 in the league at 7-5, looking to remain in first place in the American East as they're going up against the San Francisco Demons, who are looking to keep their playoff hopes alive in the South. Let's look at the South. You can see where, I said the South, they're in the West here. The Demons obviously not catching up to the Portland Lumberjacks, who have already clinched the very first playoff spot in the RXFL. They still have an opportunity, though, to finish out with a solid 9-7 record to pass up the San Diego Aftershock, who are going to be playing in our Patreon exclusive game that we're going to be streaming for you guys. So there's an opportunity for them to pass up the Aftershock if they lose, and the Demons get the win here. Meanwhile, in the American North, God, where are the Huskies? The East, the American East. Gosh, they're clinging on to dear life here with the Celtic Tigers. They're going to have a really tough battle. They got the Portland Lumberjacks coming up later on. I believe that's going to be your Monday Night Football game. And then you also have the New York Shamrocks and the New England Nightmare. They're not out of it either. An 8-8 finish. I mean, all of these teams. Toronto can finish 7-9. They can finish 6-10. And one of these two teams, New England or New York, all of a sudden scoops up and gets that postseason spot. So an interesting division here. New York, New England, Dublin, and Toronto. Let's get this one underway. Huskies and Demons. And as the title says, I dare say, a dream matchup here, because you got Lamar Jackson, who is starting for the Toronto Huskies. And then for the San Francisco... is this the right? I thought I was controlling the other side. For the San Francisco Demons, you got Randall Cunningham. So it's going to be a big battle. We're going to put him in these cool... give him the black socks, right? They got a black and red in here. Oh, there's no black and red? That's lame. All right. What do you think? We kind of go with this? I think we've looked at this before. There's no really other helmet options here. You only get these same ones. I wish we had different colors for the 49ers. Cut the black pants. I don't know. I think I want to go with the all white. They're golden Demons here. I think that'll be the look, is to put them in the, I think before we put them in the black jerseys, the gold pants and stuff, but I kind of like the all white here and get the color rush. Let's see what other jersey options we got here. Of course, you got black as an option. So there's no color rush home. I thought there was, but I guess you have this one here. So I think that would be the home look. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, Lamar Jackson on one side, Randall Cunningham on the other. Of course, we've seen a lot of RG3 in the action here with the Huskies, because Lamar Jackson has been injured for a time, but he is back, and we're going to get to see him in action here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sticking around for part 2 here of the RXFL action. Toronto Huskies and San Francisco Demons. First time in a long time seeing both these teams. And as we said, the Huskies looking to be a playoff team. The Demons looking to come from behind to be a playoff team. In addition to Randall Cunningham, I mean, you're looking at Ricky Williams as well on this San Francisco Demon squad. You got Night Train Lane as well out there. So pretty solid lineup, and a lot of players that were in the Revolution League. So guys that have played recently as well. As you got Don Maynard, Billy Joe Dupree, all those guys have been playing recently. Jack Youngblood, who won a number of championships with the Toronto, or I should say the Huntington Beach Killer Whales. And there's your San Francisco Demons. Got a little bit of the black and red going with the gold helmet. A very 49er-esque look, of course. But the 49ers don't have many options. But you got the black and red at least, so. Just use your imagination. The San Francisco Golden Demons.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team.
But thank you guys again for tuning in here, TV Sports 27. If you are watching, there's Randall Cunningham getting the troops together. Of course, if you've been following us on our previous YouTube page, you guys know that Randall Cunningham had a Revolution League run that was not too successful with the Omaha Firebirds, now the Las Vegas Firebirds, and he got booted off the team, now is back in San Francisco and trying to prove the haters wrong after he had a brief run with the Columbus Crusaders in his return to the league, and then Columbus ended up going with Joe Montana. And here's Randall Cunningham, who's had a very successful season and trying to get his Demons to get one more win here, to get that win number 6 on the year and move them up in the standings. So this if the last game we just saw between Chicago and Mexico City is any indication, there's a home run for the Reds. We're still watching, by the way, if you missed our last stream, the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. So Jonathan India with the 2-run shot. And that's going to give the Reds a big old lead here, 5-4. So Michael Thomas, Ricky Williams leading the way for your San Francisco Demons here in Toronto. Oh, terrible pass. It's going to be a pick 6. That was bad. C.J. Mosley. Wow. Cunningham did not see Mosley there, and Mosley takes it back. Not a problem. We are TB Sports 27. I just threw that terrible interception. If you're watching on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. Most of our viewership, according to the YouTube analytics, it comes from non-subscribers. Like, I'd say almost all of it comes from non-subscribers. It comes from suggested videos on YouTube. So if you're watching here for the first time, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. It helps us out in a big way. Helps YouTube suggest our videos some more and helps us continue to grow. And we can also continue to grow over on Patreon, patreon.com/tvsports27. We're currently uploading the old archives from our older YouTube channel up on our Patreon page, and we got a bunch of new stuff going up as well. We should be pretty soon having the RXFL Sunday night game, which is exclusive to Patreon. So if you want to see more RXFL action, we got the Dallas Desperados, and we have the San Diego Aftershock, which will be going up exclusively on our Patreon page. We stream it for you guys on Twitch, so you guys will be able to check it out, but the archived version will be up on our Patreon page. So for those of you on YouTube, and there's the game down at the bottom of your screen that you're going to get on Sunday night over on Patreon. And quick pass out there for Randall Cunningham. And then your Monday night game right there, we're going to Dublin. It's the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Portland Lumberjacks. We also just put up 2.5 hours of day 2 gameplay of the new Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Randall Cunningham is having a very, very hard start to this ball game. He gets sacked by Albert Lewis, and the Huskies are going to take over already with a 7-point lead and doing all kinds of damage to the San Francisco Demons here. So 2 2.5 hours of day 2 gameplay. So early gameplay of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We just dropped that right now up on our Patreon page. We also have episode 7 of our Mortal Kombat series, kind of our UFC style Mortal Kombat playthrough that we just dropped up there. And that features the rematch between Noob Saibot and Terminator. That is up on Patreon as well as Game 5 of the XHL. All the stats from the NBA Playground series. Lamar Jackson, he takes the read option. He runs it himself, and there's a big first down. And this is what the Huskies were looking to see here. As we said, a lot of injury time. Lamar Jackson has missed some time, but RG3 is settled in, and it's a tight race for first place in the American East. And Jackson, boy, that offensive lineman just kind of gave up on the play. Chris Spielman is the one that's going to take the sack here.
So quickly, Charles, what could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
Jackson again, rolling out. And boy, you cannot leave. I don't know why the Demons have no spy out there or anything.
Zero accountability and a sack resulted.
Lamar Jackson,
first down. Jackson's well on his way to a 100-yard rushing day, and he just started. This is the first drive of the game for your Toronto Huskies. Jackson rolls out again. Decides to throw it that time, and incomplete. Patreon shout-outs. If you guys want to get some shout-outs on Patreon, we got a bunch of different levels. $5 gets you in the door for all the bonus and archived content from our previous YouTube channel. But if you guys want to get your name in the description on YouTube, if you want to get a verbal shout out, if you want to request a stream, we have the super fan, we have the mega fan, and we have the ultra fan level. Alvin Kamara with the first down there. And we give our shout outs here to our mega fans who also have the opportunity to say on our Patreon page. We put up a monthly poll, and we ask you guys what you want to see on the channel here this month. And we want to give a shout out to Mr. Maple, Justin Russell, Jonathan Harrigan, and our ultra fan Kay Duckman. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon subscribers. And Kay Duckman currently our only ultra fan subscriber, so bi-monthly ultra fan streams. And he's been requesting the last couple of weeks. And we've had a lot of Denver Broncos football on the channel. Compliments of Kay Duckman. Alvin Kamara. It's been the running game so far for the Toronto Huskies. Well, I wish they had the I call him the Steve Young era, even though I realize Young was on the team for a lot longer, but the red face mask and the gold helmet, that era where they had the new unis, I wish they had that helmet in the game. Jackson. I mean, what the heck? It was way too easy. All of that drive was Lamar Jackson.
Touchdown number 15 of the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
He just hung out in the pocket all day, waited, and walked it in.
And then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with him prior to the game. They always say,
George Blanda. You just got a good look at him right there, number 5. Toronto Huskies. They're putting up more points than the Wolverines and the Golden Eagles did in the first quarter. Abe Woodson, 16-yard kick return, and we'll see what the Demons can try to do to get out of first gear here on the road. And Ricky Williams, CJ Mosley once again, right into the backfield and right into the face of Ricky Williams. Deacon Jones, Clyde Simmons. I mean, they were big names right there in the Revolution League. Bart Scott as well. Fred Glick, Everson Walls. Tough defense here, the Toronto Huskies.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
What are the different Toronto teams you can be in Madden? It was like the Thunderbirds, I think the Mounties. I almost did the Mounties, Toronto Mounties. But I like that Husky color scheme, which is pretty close to the color scheme of the Columbus Aviators, which is why I kind of dress the Aviators up in all black. So it kind of looks a little different from the Huskies. The Huskies got the blue helmet, the blue pants.
The 36. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
Demons slowly moving the ball here. Oh my goodness. Well, that's been the story of the day. That's been the struggle for the Demons. If you're just tuning in and wondering why the score is the way it is, look no further than that play. Oh my goodness, it is just it's an exhibition right now.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This is looking like Randall Cunningham in Omaha. Cunningham, he's got an open receiver. It's caught. There's Michael Thomas.
But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely.
That was big. They needed that because they were struggling. They were struggling in the worst way right there. That's going to wake them up a little bit.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Williams.
Back to Ricky Williams.
Defense again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed.
They've been on their heels the whole game.
Just to feel a little bit
Listen to the announcers here.
I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Oh, the play fake. That worked to perfection. Look at all the field. Cunningham. Oh. Didn't quite have the angle, but you want to talk about a play action fake working to perfection. That was it right there, folks. Oh, I forgot Vegas and Dallas Game 5 was on. There's a lot of sports today. My goodness. It's just almost impossible to keep up with everything.
But another example right there of just good mobility. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Ricky Williams to the outside, touchdown. And that was a must-have drive for the San Francisco Demons.
His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this
9 touchdowns for Ricky Williams.
But the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football.
There you go. That was big business.
A bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You got a lot to deal with, don't you?
They needed that.
In the backfield, get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27.
All right, have the Demon defense adjusted here for Lamar Jackson, because they let Lamar Jackson run all over them on that last drive. Give to Alvin Kamara, and he gets brought down.
So that didn't happen.
Cam Jordan talking some stuff out there.
Reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A loss of a yard there.
3 touchdowns. It's been a busy first quarter here. And they may have been looking for Jackson to run the ball. This time, he lets it go. Hakeem next for the first down. And that is going to be the end of a explosive first quarter. A first quarter that was the opposite of the game we just saw with Mexico City and Chicago. Jackson rolling out and just gets rid of it out of the pocket, incomplete. That was Jackson's first completed pass, by the way, you see right there. 1 of 3. Because he's been doing it on the ground. Kamara, nothing happening there. There's Night Train Lane. Oh, Dickie Lane out there. You're going to run it past Night Train. Jackson. It is unfair. This is like Tecmo Bowl Bo Jackson right now. Demons have got to figure out a way to stop Jackson or it's not going to happen. And they're going to take a loss. There he goes. How does Lamar even have... Oh, to the end zone? It is caught but out of bounds. Man. That was Anquan Bolden, by the way. How is Jackson not gassed right now? He's got to be blown up all this run he's doing. Draw play. And Alvin Kamara has not been able to get out of first gear just yet. Only 4 yards.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Empty set, so you got to be on the lookout for a Lamar Jackson run here. And they do bring the blitz, but Jackson is so deadly because he can throw the ball like that. You bring the blitz trying to contain Lamar Jackson, then he fires it down the field to Wesley Walls.
Tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of
unbelievable. And we got a flag. Offside. So the Demons just shooting themselves in the foot right now.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football.
These defensively. And Alvin Kamara, there it is. Touchdown, Huskies.
Alvin Kamara, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are
They're looking unstoppable right now.
and they're able to run it in and start
Toronto wants no doubt Toronto. They want to go to the postseason.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense.
If San Francisco loses this, their playoff hopes are going to be almost none. Because with Portland at 11-1, I mean, that's already a loss cause. But it's going to be really hard because this is week 14, guys. There's only 3 more games after this. 15, 16, 17. There's not a whole lot of time. So it's kind of do or die time right now. And each one of these games that you're kind of seeing come across the channel that we're streaming for you, it's playoffs. Playoffs are on the line. You're seeing postseason teams. Cunningham, Pijos. He spent some time with the Gainesville Clash the last couple of years. Tim Tebow was his quarterback.
Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker.
And the Demon offense, they are moving the ball, though.
down San Francisco to pick up 14 yards.
Just feels like 1 or 2 more plays and momentum could swing their way.
Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker.
Pistol for the Demons. Cunningham. Oh, off the money. He had Pijos.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly to send in a guy.
Of course, you'll see a number of teams like the Tampa Bay Mutiny, Dallas Desperados that we borrowed from other leagues, like team names that we just liked and wanted to bring back. The copyrights being out there. The Demons, they're another one, former XFL team. They had quite the following in the original XFL. A lot of, the Hellhole was pretty famous in the XFL. Big fan base. And we bought the copyright, and here they are, their return. But kind of making them look like the 49ers a little bit, the black and red, but we got the classic gold helmet. And that's just because we can't pick anything else. All right, Lamar Jackson. He's been running everywhere. Running everywhere, throwing everywhere. And I'm going to mark it right here. And it's dangerous because I want you guys to tune into part 2. But I feel like this is make it or break it time on this drive. That if the Demons don't get the stop right here, you're looking at pretty much looking at a Huskies victory. And Jackson, another completed pass out to Walls, and the Demon defense just has no answers right now for the Huskies. Like we said, for a team that we haven't streamed too much of, I think we played one game personally, and then I think we simulated another game that went up on Patreon. But this team looking every bit a postseason team as we're getting close to the playoffs. And Lamar Jackson, and nobody's paying attention. Oh my God, did you see where... they had a corner that could have come in and stopped Lamar. And, he's covering his man, which is good. But you got to pay attention to Lamar Jackson out there. The human cheat code. And there we go. Jack Youngblood. He's old school right there. Getting up in the face of Lamar. As we said, he won 2 championships with Huntington Beach. My goodness, it takes Jack Youngblood getting back up there to stop everything. And, oh my goodness, Lamar Jackson left free again, out of bounds. 149 yards rushing for Jackson. The Demons have no answers for Toronto.
I was surprised when he took off. I thought, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first.
Alvin Kamara just held out of the end zone there. Mike Curtis.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first.
Big nasties up front, big heavies.
On second and goal. Jackson.
Touchdown, Anquan Bolden from Lamar Jackson. And the Huskies, who only have a 7-5 record, but again, they played a majority of the season with Lamar Jackson injured. Robert Griffin III was the backup, which is like your Baltimore Ravens quarterback room right there. This Husky team, and there's Ronnie Lott. It's obviously, it feels just normal seeing Ronnie Lott in that uniform, right? He's got to be ticked off right now. Huskies looking every bit of a playoff team, looking every bit of a championship team right now.
To the 26-yard line.
So Randall Cunningham's going to have 218.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and
play fake. And Cunningham. Step out of bounds. I believe that maybe will stop the clock.
18 yards. yards. First down, Niners.
That's Pete Retzlaff, by the way.
One-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they?
No, it was before 2 minutes, so they wind the clock to the 2-minute warning. We got Luna, the official mascot of TV Sports 27, joining us here. She's ready to play, so we'll have to end this one soon and get to some cat play. Oh, man, and a second interception. C.J. Mosley.
His crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. You don't see this often. A quarterback
Threw the ball at the back of his foot, did Randall Cunningham. And our dream match is going the way of Lamar Jackson right now.
What's going on out there is not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, this is kind of the struggles that Randall Cunningham had while he was in Omaha, which led to his departure and led to Omaha going between Archie Manning and Joe Theismann and eventually settling on Jeff Hostetler. I mean, it's a broken record at this point. You got to stop Lamar. He's going to have 200 yards rushing. But, yeah, Theismann spent some time in Omaha as well, now with Chicago. And then, like we said, it was Jeff Hostetler, who they ended up with, a former Super Bowl winner, the Hoss.
Now it's Jackson being chased out left.
Jackson, that was interesting there. They're going to take the timeout. Who would you have gone with if you were looking for a quarterback? Hostetler, Theismann, or Archie Manning? And like we said, he had his comeback. Did Cunningham, spending a year with the Columbus Crusaders, and led them to a postseason berth. And you guys can see that in the archives on YouTube. The RFL lost season, the Season 5 season over on All Pro Football 2K8.
The time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they'll bring him down.
And now Cunningham finds his way in San Francisco with the Demons, but not going well. Cam Jordan coming off the field, grasping that wrist, which is never good. I believe the Reds just got another run here. Anquan Bolden looking for a second touchdown, not going to get it. Ooh, a dislocated elbow. You got to shake a lot more than that wrist. Yeah, the Reds up 6-4. Man, I know everyone loves David Ross, but the David Ross era of management in Chicago just not doing its thing. And man, they had Hosmer they just got rid of. They have Dansby Swanson. They have like all these big name guys and just losing and losing and losing. Who's the other big? I mean, they got like 3 or 4 like big free agents. Touchdown, Huskies. Lamar's doing it all day long, folks.
His guys are going to add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late in the half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion.
Well, we encourage you guys to tune in for part 2. I don't know how many people will. Maybe the Demons make a big comeback. Who's their backup? If this thing doesn't continue on here, let's see. Who might come in relief for Mr. Cunningham? But as I always say, it is Bob Waterfield. My goodness, that is whew. I don't even know. Let's look at a little Bob Waterfield history. He's going back some days, man. He played in 1945 to 1952. 2-time NFL champion, so before I turn up my nose, he was NFL MVP in 1945 as well. And his number is retired by the Rams. So, he was a head coach as well for the Rams for a couple of years. There you go. And then, of course, you have Brian Sipe. Who was of the Cleveland Browns from 72 to 83, the NFL MVP in 1980. So, again, I mean, it's all-star. It's all-star lineups here, so I shouldn't laugh. And we got a two-time NFL champion, one more titles than Randall Cunningham, Mr. Waterford. So there you go. But as I always say, my encouragement to get you guys to tune in to part 2 is I always say if a team, for example the Huskies, can score 35 points in 2 quarters, then the Demons can score 35 points in 2 quarters. And if they do, they'll have the lead 42-35. Play action fake. Cunningham just gets rid of it. It's caught. Demons will take their second timeout. They obviously are looking to just try to get into field goal range here to maybe salvage some kind of points. Cunningham. Oh! That pass was kind of off the money, but Michael Thomas got there. We've seen a couple of throws like that from Cunningham. So 14 seconds, and we're going to experiment with field goal kicks a little bit. I don't know how well it'll work. This will be a good test, but we said, we'll see if we even get to do it, that field goal kicks are really easy. We just nail them like no problem. So I said that I was going to close my eyes and do the field goal kicks, or at least hit the top and then close my eyes on the way down and see. So that way there's at least a little more of a random chance that the accuracy will be bad. Because it's almost impossible to miss a kick in this game. So this will be a good test right now to see how close we get. So send the field goal unit on. Chris Brown. And so I'm going to look at the top, and when I hit the button, I'm going to close my eyes and try to get the accuracy as close as I can get. Close my eyes. And I don't even know. Oh, that was so bad. Maybe that's not the way to do it. I don't know. How am I supposed to make the field goal kicks? Oh, man. I mean, this game was like a wash anyway, with the way the score is. Maybe I'll play around with it a little more. But if I keep having kicks like that, just really bad, then maybe that's not the way to go. I don't know. I have like field goal accuracy is like on 0, and it's still like super easy in Madden. But all right, we'll be back second half. Demons, Huskies. We'll see you in a few days here on YouTube.